All right, so everybody hear me out. Page 300. We are going to, it says start at question number 3, but we're going to go ahead and start at question number 1 because we are brilliant. All right, some of the word problems will be incorporated into today's lesson. All right, and again, the word problems are just translations into inequalities. All right, now the only real thing you have to remember about when you multiply or divide by inequality, you have to change the sign. That's really the only thing. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to show you some things today about how I can help you be better at solving equations. All right? So getting started, here we go with question number 1. Again, all you have to do is kind of look up, just pay attention. All right? You can just write the translation, all right, on your paper. All right, here we go. Does everybody see over here? The boat has a capacity of 800 pounds. That's important. The boat can carry 800 pounds. You are going to put 4 people in the canoe, and you're going to pack it with 60 pounds of supplies. The question is, how much can each person on average weigh? All right? So I want someone to write me an inequality for that. Tell me. Good.
4W.
4W.
Plus 60.
Plus 60.
Equals.
Equals what?
800.
Yes. However, does it have to equal 800?
No.
It can be what?
Less than.
Less than or what?
Equal to.
It can be less than or equal to. All right. 4W plus 60 is less than or equal to 800. I don't care about solving that. Just write that down. All right. That's how easy the translations are, guys. That's how simple the translations are. All right. Yes, ma'am.
Wait, how did you get 800?
Well, because I read over here
Oh.
the boat. All right. No big deal. All right. Now, do me a favor. Everybody take a look at question number 2. All right. And what I want you to do is I just want you to read it and then try to write an inequality. Not solving it, just write an inequality out. Give you like 30 seconds. Let's see how you do. All right, somebody make me an equation. What do we got? What do we got? Go ahead. Good for you.
Okay, here goes mine. Alright, so 1195
Perfect.
plus 10 plus 999W equals, or is less than or equal to 50.
Thank you. That's perfect, Gavin. Very, very good. Could you combine terms? Yes, but that's exactly correct. $11.95 for the movie, $10 for tax and shipping, and then $9.99 for each CD. And you only have $50 to spend. Yes. Because this is how many CDs you can buy. It's $9.99 per CD. Yes. Is that good now? All right. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and work 3 through 11. All right, I want to work 3 through 11 with you. All right. So here we go. So you can write down 3 and 4. And again, this should just take us a few minutes. All right, you should be able to, pretty much at this stage of the game, you should be able to just look at that and kind of tell me what the answer is. All right, so what do I mean by that? All right, for question number 3, we should just say what? 6h is greater than or equal to 42. And then you just say h is greater than or equal to 7. I'm agreeing, guys. This is a review. Should be super easy for you. Now, we write in interval notation, so we say bracket 7 to infinity. Everybody good on this? What?
So you change the sign and you multiply or divide by.
That's what we said. Multiply divided by negative, change the sign. All right, let's slide over and everybody check out number 4. All right. So question number 4. Subtract 9 from both sides. Got to solve any a fraction we multiply by the. All right, so everybody should be pretty good with this. And so what do we have now?
18.
Negative 18 is less than or equal to r. So r would be what? Greater than or equal to negative 18. Is everybody okay with that? And if you're greater than or equal to negative 18, again, negative 18 to infinity. Now's the time to speak up, guys, if you're not sure about something. Yes?
Why would you switch this, like, the 18 and R?
Why would I what?
Why would you switch the sign?
Just traditionally, that's just the way we do it. All right, the variable is always first. All right, the variable is always first. What?
You put a bracket by the 9 infinity number when it's less than or equal to or greater than or equal to.
Come on now. Remember, the bracket is for, the brackets are when it's,
Yeah.
okay? All right, let's check out number 5 now, guys. All right, here we go for number 5. Again, shouldn't be much thought here. We should be able to quickly say that negative 3x is greater than what?
36.
36. Everybody go with this?
Mm-hmm.
And now x would be what?
Less
Less than?
negative 12.
Less than negative 12. All right, so if you're thinking about it, if you're less than negative 12, you start where?
Infinity.
Good. And you go to? All right. Is everybody agreeing with me? That's not that hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any issues? Any issues? All right, here we go. Now, again, I try to still tell kids I think it's a good idea to keep the variable positive, right? So everybody write the problem down. And now we're going to solve the inequality. 2m. I'm going to subtract 25. When I do that, that becomes. Do we agree with that? And so now. So m is greater than negative 21. So if I'm greater than negative 21, I would start at
Negative 21.
negative 21 and head off to infinity. Now remember, you guys are deciding how good you're doing. Anybody have any issues? Good little review. All right. Now, let's take a look at question number 7. All right. I want somebody to write the inequality for number 7. Catalina, go ahead.
4 minus
Yeah, I thought that was pretty easy, right? So everybody good with this? Nothing to it. All right, now let's just go ahead and solve this one. All right, so we're moving the 2 in and moving the -6. So the next step would just be what? Beautiful. 2 in is greater than 14. So now we know that n is greater than 7. So 7, infinity. Everybody happy with that? Any questions? Any questions? All right, so now I need somebody else to write number 8 for me. Good. Tell me.
-3n plus 4 is less than 5n plus 8.
Wow. Good job, girl. Is less than what?
5n plus 8.
Very, very good. All right. Yeah, that seems pretty easy, right? Pretty easy. Okay. Now, solving this out, you got to be real careful. So we agree, -4 is greater than 8n. So what is
2/1.
the 2/1? 1/2? -1/2. Make sure you're seeing this. -1/2. 4 divided by 8. Be careful. Be careful. 4/8 is a fraction. So now we would say n is greater than -1/2. And n is greater than -1/2. We're going to go from -1/2 to what? -1/2 to infinity. Are we good on that? All right. Let's continue on. Let's see how we're doing. Number 9. Everybody write number 9 down. All right. Now instead of distributing, I can just do what? Divide. All right, we know that. Divide by 3. They have to be careful here, right? Because what happens to the -2's? Yes, 0 is less than or equal to 5v. Does everybody agree with that? So, still, everybody okay with that? Any issues with that? And so if we're greater than or equal to 0, we start at 0 and head out to infinity. Everybody with me? I don't think that's that hard. Everybody good? All right, so number 10. Now, is there an easy way to do this? No. So we got to do what? Let's go ahead and distribute. Now again, if you want to distribute and you don't have to write down the original problem, I'm totally fine with that, guys. All right. So when I distribute, I get what? Perfect. Again, I still try to keep the variables positive. Now remember, this is how good I expect you to be. Everybody see that? And so now -1 is greater than g, which makes what? G less than -1. And if g is less than -1, yes, sir.
So, after the second step, wouldn't it be 8 is greater than 8g? Because 20 plus 8.
Isn't that -20 plus 12? Right?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Number 11. All right. For question number 11, let's go ahead and distribute. We have a little problem here. What happens to the negative 8x? They do what? They cancel. So now we're just comparing the numbers. It says 3 is greater than or equal to 11. Is that true or false?
False.
Right? Does everybody agree with me? That's false. So the answer would be, yeah, there's no solution. That's never true. That's never true. Yes?
So if there's like a variable in an equation and we solve it, the variable cancels out, there's always
It's like this. Please, everybody watch up here. Let me explain so it's really super easy for your brain. Watch how simple. All right, if I ask you to say, when is x plus 1 greater than x? When is that true? It's always true. X plus 1 is always greater than x. Does everybody hear me on that? If I said, when is x greater than x plus 1?
That's not true.
That's never true. Does everybody agree with that? Right, now how you can tell is if you solve this, this comes out to be 1 is greater than 0, and this becomes 0 is greater than 1. One of them is true, one of them is false. The one that is false is no solution. The one that is true, we say, is all real numbers, or we write it as negative infinity to infinity. Either way. All right, does that make sense? All right, hopefully that's good. Hopefully you're paying attention on that, because that's really the only thing that can be difficult on these particular problems. Very good? That's correct. If it's true, it's all real numbers. If it's false, it's no solution. All right? So does everybody feel pretty good about that, right? Yeah. So now, what we're going to do now is 12 through 28 is going to be kind of your homework. And then what am I going to do with you? I'm going to work with you on the last hard ones. All right? These are generally the harder ones, so we're going to go ahead and write those down. All right? If you can solve these, then everything to you is easy. Now, again, listen to what I'm saying. If you can do the hard problems, everything in between should be good. So now you're really concentrating. Make sure you get these correct. All right, if you get these correct, then all the assignment tonight will be easy. All right, let's start with number 29. All right, what could I do first on number 29? What could I do?
You divide?
Yeah, I can divide by negative 3. All right, now you got to be careful, though. When I divide by negative 3, what happens? Yeah, we got to make sure we switch the sign. So 7n plus 3 is greater than what? Negative 2n. Please be careful now. Yes, ma'am.
Wait, when do you switch the sign?
Whenever you multiply or divide by a negative, you change the inequality sign. So now, does everybody agree I have 9n is greater than negative 3? Is everybody okay with that? And so now, n is greater than negative 1/3. Is everybody good with this? N is greater than negative 1/3. All right, so if n is greater than negative 1/3, we start at what?
Negative 1/3.
And head out to infinity. All right, now on 30. Make yourself a little star on number 30, because I'm going to try to show you a little something different on this one too. Rather than distribute, follow me. See if you can. Everybody's got to follow me now. See if you agree.
Yeah. Minus,
I just subtracted 9. Now what am I going to do?
Divide by 3.
There you go. Now what am I going to do? Help me. What am I doing?
Add the 7.
Add 7. Everybody feel pretty good with that? Could I have distributed the 3 and combined like terms and blah, blah, blah? Yeah, you can do all that. All right, that's just easier if you can see that. All right, much nicer. So if A is less than 11, we're going from all the way to, yes, sir. Yes, you could have. Very smart. He said this. Good, listen to him, please, because that's a pretty good point. You could also actually divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. You're going to get the same answer. Right, you'll get 7 greater than or equal to A minus 7 plus 3. See that? Now if you add 7, subtract 3, same answer. All right? So now let's check out 31. On 31, can I divide both sides by 2? Yeah, because everything over here is divisible by 2. So let's just practice that just to make sure you see that. And when I get that, when I divide by 2, the left side becomes what? Y plus 2. Uh-oh. Is that true?
Cancel each other.
This is no solution. If you add 2 to a number and you add 3 to the same number, when you add 2, it's always going to be less, not greater than. Everybody good on this? Any questions?
Could it still like come out to where even though they variables cancel each other out, that what it's saying
Could be
is still
true.
correct?
It could be true if I said this is 2 greater than negative 3.
Yes.
Then it'd be all real numbers. All right, here we go. We're going to get to one of those, I think. All right, everybody check out number 32. Now, in this one, I don't think there's really much to do. All right, or an easier way to simplify. So 6 minus 3b is less than 10 minus 3b plus 18. Everybody good with this? Now, bless you. What do you recognize here right off the bat? All right, so now we're just checking on, is 6 less than 28? 6 is always less than 28, right? So one symbol I want you to remember is that for all reals, and then negative infinity to infinity. That's not that hard, right, guys? I really don't think this is hard at all. All right, let's check out now 33 and 34. All right. Now, I really don't see an easier way to do this because they're not divisible by 2. So let's go ahead and distribute here. Everybody pretty good with that? So now you should be able to move things rather quickly. Anybody else get that? Everybody good? So now greater than or equal to negative 1. Everybody pretty happy with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy. All right, let's check out 34 now. Now, could I divide by 2 here?
Yes.
Yeah, I want everybody to look. Dividing by 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2.
Why do you have to divide the 8A?
Good question. So look up, everybody, please. Does everybody agree 4 plus 6 equals what? 10, right? Can I divide everything by 2? If I just divide this by 2 and this by 2, without dividing the 6 by 2, it doesn't create a true statement. You understand what I'm saying now, right?
Yeah.
Right? You have to divide all the terms by 2 in order for it to maintain its relationship.
Okay.
All right, so if I divide by 2, I now have 4a plus 1 minus 5a is less than or equal to 10. And what's 4a minus 5a? Negative a is less than or equal to 9. Double check yourself, make sure you're understanding what I'm doing. Bless you. So now a is what?
Greater than negative 9.
Greater than or equal to?
Negative 9.
Negative 9, don't forget. So negative 9 to infinity, bracket at negative 9. Everybody good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now listen, I already posted the solutions. So listen, for those of you guys who want to make an A, please check your work. Make sure you have all the right answers. You should be able to flip back and forth easily to see whether or not you're doing every single problem correct. Is everybody with me? All right. So all you have tonight now is the easier problems, actually, 12 through 28. Anybody have any questions with what to do? All right, please get to work, get to work, get to work. Lots to do.
So it's just on B.